Hello, my dear friends. In this video, we will going to learn continuity of a previous video, that is the Clausius inequality. So the information is that if there is a point 1, state 1, and this is your state 2, if you join by a different reversible path, let's suppose this is the reversible path, this is another reversible path, and this is another reversible path, right? This is a different reversible path. Let's suppose reversible R A, R B, and R C. So according to the change of entropy for a reversible path is what? So we know that the cyclic integration 1 to 2 via any path, that means dq by t for reversible is what? It is your path independent. It is your path independent. So it is a property. So it is a property, right? So what is that? From path 1 to 2 via path RA, dq by t is equal to 1 to 2 via path B, dq by t is equal to 1 to 2 via path C, dq by t is the same. This is a fixed value. And what is that? What is that? Fixed, right? Now if we connect these 2 points by a different irreversible path, let this is your irreversible path, let this is your irreversible path, this is your irreversible path of C, again irreversible path, let B, again irreversible path, let C. So the question is that what is the quantity dq by t is what for reversible process, for irreversible process. What is for irreversible process? So we know that for irreversible cycle, for a integration irreversible cycle, the quantity dq by t is less than 0. We know that. So this answer, this is given by Clausius. This answer is given by Clausius. So what is that? So we can write that cyclic integration of dq by t for irreversible process is always less than the cyclic integration dq by t for a reversible, right? This is your Clausius inequality. That means a cyclic integration dq by t is for irreversible process is cyclic integration of dq by t for irreversible process is less than equal to cyclic integration of dq by t for reversible process. So what is dq by t? So what is dq by t for a reversible process? This is equal to 0. For a reversible process, this is equal to 0. Why? Because we know that for a reversible process, cyclic integration dq by t is equal to 0. Why? Because the process cyclic integration dq by t for a reversible is equal to ds. We already know that. So what is that? Hence cyclic integration dq by t for a irreversible process is less than 0. So we already proved that, right? Now, and this is your boundary temperature. Now, so what is that? So cyclic integration dq by t for the integration dq by t is not a path function, not a point function. That means for irreversible process this is less than 0, so this is not a point function. So keep in mind dq by t for a reversible process is point function, but cyclic is integration for irreversible process dq by t is not a point function, right? Not a point function. So if it is not a point function, so for a different irreversible path have a different value. So integration 1 to 2 via path A, we can write like that, no problem. Also write the integration 1 to 2 via path A dq by t is not equal to integration 1 to 2 via path B dq by t is not equal to integration 1 to 2 via path C dq by t, right? Why? Because this is not a point function, for irreversible process. Why? Because this is all less than 0. So then what is that? Integration dq by t for irreversible process is always less than delta s. Why? Because delta s is what? The delta s is what? Integration dq by t is equal to delta s for reversible path. So if this is your path, so dq by t for a path is less than the dq by t for reversible path, and dq by t for reversible path is less than 0. So what if we process 1 to 2 dq by T for irreversible is always less than 1 to 2 dq by t for reversible, right? So that we can write integration 1 to 2 for irreversible dq by t is less than delta s. That means, what is that? S2 minus S1, right? So it is always less than delta S for a reversible path, for a irreversible path. So we can prove like that. What is that? If there is a heat engine of a temperature, if there is thermal, and if there is a heat engine of reversible operating in a cycle at two thermal reservoir, this is your QH and QL reversible, produce a work W reversible, and again there is another heat engine of a same temperature limit. Again there is a heat engine, a reversible operating in a cycle, taking a heat QH, leaving a heat QL irreversible, deliver a work W irreversible, right? So what is W reversible? What is W reversible? This is QH minus QL reversible, and if you comparing these two engines, so QH work output, QH, TH and TL fixed, right, from previous video. And what is your W irreversible? This is your QH minus QL irreversible, right? And we have to prove that the cyclic integral dq by t for irreversible is less than 0, and cyclic integration dq by t for reversible is equal to 0, right? Okay, we have to prove it. Now we know that efficiency, what is the efficiency of thermal efficiency? We know that thermal efficiency of reversible is always higher than the thermal efficiency of irreversible, right? And what is that? What is the thermal efficiency of 1 minus QL reversible by QH is greater than 1 minus QL irreversible by QH. So what? But for a irreversible engine, we can write 1 minus TL by TH is greater than 1 minus QL irreversible by QH. So if we write like that, QH by QL is less than TH by TL. For what? For irreversible cycle. Why? Because this is irreversible. This is so for irreversible cycle, QH by QL is less than the TH by TL. So what is that? So we can write like that. So here QH by TH minus QL irreversible by TL is less than 0. If we integrate that, dq by t for irreversible is less than 0. This is proof. This is proof. This is proof. Right? Okay. Now, so what is that? So what is that? Hence, what your conclusion is that? The conclusion is that, so what is the note point here? Note point here is that the cyclic integration dq by t, the cyclic integration dq by t is your, the cyclic integration dq by t is equal to 0 for what? For a reversible cycle. Reversible cycle, cyclic integration dq by t is less than for irreversible cycle, and cyclic integration dq by t is greater than 0. Impossible. Impossible cycle. This is impossible cycle. This is never greater than 0. Why? Because it violates the second law. Violation of second law. Right? So this is your one point. Now the second point is that, for a process, a reversible process, dq by t is what? It is your ds, right? And for irreversible, dq by t is what? Is less than ds. So what is in that? So dq by t for reversible process is the point function, and dq by t for irreversible is the path function. Is the path function. It is not a point function. Not a point function, right? And number third point is that number third point is that what is the Clausius inequality? The cyclic integration dq by t for irreversible process always less than the cyclic integration dq by t for a reversible process. This is your Clausius inequality. This is your Clausius inequality, right? Now, if we take like that, a process, we take a process, okay, no problem, we will discuss in the next video. Okay, thank you very much.